Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Friday, March 7th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple of clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each of these candlesticks here, as they're called, represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, ticker symbol GV, did this one yesterday and mapped out these lines right here. And you can see price broke up through that red line that I'd mapped out as resistance, got a huge breakout final 30 minutes on Tuesday on Wednesday. And then today, big gap up. Now, this is where things get tricky because it's all about perspective. If you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, and you bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within, 12 minutes, well, then from that standpoint, the chart looks absolutely terrible for you because there was a big pullback. Now, if you care about the bigger things, then even with the pullback and you look at where the price stabilized out, where did the price stabilize out last time? Well, right there. And where's the price at before there? All the way down there. And if you envision each one of those as stair steps, then again, emphasis on big picture. From the big picture perspective, you still do have progress being made in the upwards direction. Again, fully realize that if you're a day trader and you bought right there, you don't care about any of these stair steps. But that's why I'm, distinguish between, the type of viewpoint that you could have had, going into this trade. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those lines down there. And in the very near term right now, interesting level of support seems to be a nice little trend line right there. So if you're going to ask me, hey, Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest moving forward? I would definitely staying above that trend line there. But if the price doesn't hold above it, not the end of the world, because you do have this 50-period moving average, keyword being moving. So as time goes by, that line is going to move itself higher and higher. So as long as the price stays above that moving average, then the overall trend remains fully in the bull's favor. In terms of areas of resistance, key level to watch if there's going to be any sort of bigger movement, potentially back up to these highs up here, right around that $5.80 mark. But all in all, like I said, assuming you care about the bigger picture point of view, even with the pullback, still plenty of opportunity to build a higher base. So we'll see how it goes on Friday. Next one here, AGMH, penny stock here with a very nice pattern headed into Friday. So let's just get this right into play. And as I draw this, I'm not trying to impress you. This is not me trying to imply this is a great discovery or special talent. A lot of people have noticed this, and I say all that because when a lot of people are watching the same levels and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movements. And in my mind, a lot of people have noticed this pattern. So let me finish up the pattern. Let me just keep it one color to make it easier to see. So we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the big move right there. And then for you golfers, try to make it a little bit more visual for you, put the golf hole down here. This would be a bull pennant pattern. Now, just because something's a bullish pattern does not mean for sure guaranteed the price is going to go upwards. But would it be shocking if the price came up here, got a break, and then that break in and of itself created additional buying pressure? No, I don't think anybody would be shocked by that. But again, that's not guaranteed to happen. But if you do like penny stocks, you like bull pennant patterns, keep an eye on it. Next one here is NVDA, and overall, not a good day because the question the past couple of days was, okay, wow, the price was right here and it made a great move, but was this the start of a genuinely strong move? And we got our answer today. No, that was just simply in trading jargon, a dead cat bounce. What gives me the right to call it a dead cat bounce? Well, look where the price is now at, right here. And notice where right here is when you correspond it to where the move started. The move has gone right back to where it began. Now, can another move start? Of course, another nice upwards move could absolutely start. But as far as this one was concerned, was this actually the start of something bigger? Was there actually genuine bullishness behind that move? And no, there is not. That was a dead cat bounce again because the price has now gone literally right back to where it started. So back to the drawing board, another way of looking at that. And that is also where this comes into play now, just based on a rule in charting. When levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So moving forward, if there is any sort of attempted curl back upwards, priority number one from a resistance standpoint going to be right there at the $113 mark. You'll also want to watch the purple line there as resistance, which ultimately did win out the battle yesterday that I talked about. And then, in fact, I'm just going to get rid of this level here because no need to overcomplicate it with a bunch of different lines. In terms of areas of support, very, very important one now. And to give credit where credit's due, this level held previously and it still holds strong right now. But 110, you can see back here, like I said, it did indeed hold strong, and then it held strong here. But if the price were to come down there and break down through, there again, no such thing as a guarantee, but more than valid to think that if 110 is violated, that could set off another round of pressure to the downside, even if it's just potentially long stop losses going off. So $1.10 is one of those, I would say, line in the sand, but we'll see if it can hold on Friday. Next one here, PSTV, and what an absolutely monster move. And as I speak, good final late afternoon. Last 30 minutes, you can see trying to get up to those previous highs. So all in all, fantastic movement, good solid volume. So moving forward in terms of areas of support, if this were to pull back, this movement has been so strong that really it could have a big pullback because that 200 period moving average right there, pink line. So let's just extend this out. It'll look something like that. And I'm not saying this will occur, but just to show how strong the chart's looking right now, the price could come all the way back here and do something like that and just level out. And what would you still have from a bigger picture? Well, you would still be able to make the argument that you have a set of lows there, you have a set of lows there, you have lows down here, and if you envision those as stair-steps like I mentioned on an earlier one, you'd still have stair-steps progressing in the upward direction. So again, I'm not saying that the price is going to go down to the 200 period moving average. I'm just saying that if there is somewhat of a pullback, I mean, it could drop all the way down there. And as you're seeing here, the overall chart would still have plenty of higher bases and be trending in the upwards direction. In terms of levels of resistance, let's go to a different time frame. So I'm going to go to the 4-hour time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks now represent 4 hours. Oh, wow. All right, let's just go to the daily time frame. This is a good problem to have. It has been a long time. Oh, the daily is showing us what's up. Do you notice what I noticed? Look right where it got rejected on the daily, right at that pink line, the 200 days simple moving average. The power of charts. What a coincidence. Big move up, and then it happened to get rejected right there. So there we go. Dollar, let's call it 46, public enemy number one moving forward. Right there on the daily 200 or on the 200 days simple moving average. If the price can push up through there, then next key level after that, right up there around the $1.88 mark. But all in all, as you can see here via the daily chart, massive explosive move. Next one here, PLTR, and pretty much right back down to what now is really seemingly just a big wide sideways channel. Because if you go down here and look at this data, like I said, the price didn't quite hit it there, but 79.25. Again, I'm trying to find a middle ground because I do acknowledge and realize, well, technically speaking, the price did drop below that line there. Hit it directly here, but even today, didn't quite hit it. So like I said, if we were to find just the middle ground, I think you can make a good argument that 79.25 is that middle ground and basically the bottom part of this sideways channel, with the top part of the channel being up there at $90.50. But you can see here that this is, in fact, does it extend out more than this? I can't remember. No, okay. So the channel basically, I would argue, started here. When it established that lower part, got more confirmation, and then more confirmation today. But you can just see here right now, it's just choppiness. Now, from a day trading standpoint or swing trading standpoint, I mean, you can make money within the channel. But just from an overarching standpoint, where do things currently stand? Just a whole lot of choppiness right now. It's just the battle between these two levels. With the big question is who is ultimately going to win this battle? Do the bulls win with a break to the upside, or do the bears win with a break to the downside? That is kind of the grab your popcorn type question right now. Will we get that answer on Friday? I suppose maybe, since the price is getting relatively close to the bottom part of this channel. But also, I don't think anybody would be totally shocked if all of a sudden the price just snapped back upwards either. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Real quick, I want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description area you can click on, or if you're watching right at my website, there's an area on the webpage you can use. Now, one special note, it is a genuine live event. So a couple situations, maybe you already have something on your schedule this evening, or maybe you're watching this Friday morning and you just totally missed it. That is okay. Send me an email to clay@claytrade.com, and I'd be happy to send you a link to the replay so that you can watch it at your own convenience. But if you can make it live, then definitely get signed up, and I'll see you here in just a few hours. Next one here, we were looking at RGTI, and already talked about this pattern once, so I'll go through it a little bit quicker, but I think a lot of people have noticed this and have drawn something very, very similar to this. So again, on the talking topic of self-fulfilling prophecies. Now, this pattern is slightly different. We did talk about a bull pennant pattern, but I'd argue this is more of a bull flag. Now, are there massive differences? No, they're not massive different, but they are different. So we have this resistance, we have this support, we have the big upwards move here, and you can see in this situation, because of more of the nature of it being a downwards channel, that is what's giving us the bull flag portion of it. But overall, simplest way to just kind of map this out would be a bull flag. So again, because just something's bullish doesn't mean it's for sure going to go up. But if the price were to come up here, get a break up through it, would it be shocking? Would it just catch people off guard if the price all of a sudden found a bunch of momentum by breaking to the upside of that pattern? No, absolutely not. So not guaranteed, but also a more than valid thought to have. So if you like this price range right around the $10 mark, you like bull flag patterns, here you go. Next one here, TSLA, and we have ourselves another dead cat bounce, and same logic. Right here, price made a very impressive move. But was there any sort of genuine power behind it? Came down here and eventually showed some progress by then working back up. So at that point, it had the higher low. But now today's move, unfortunately, it went back to that green line and then just broke down below it. So we have that same situation where the price is now, and it's where it's currently at, right back to where the bounce started. So sure, another new bounce can occur, another new strong move can occur. But as far as this strong move having any sort of genuine power behind it, it did not. A total dead cat bounce. So first update here, just supports tend to act as resistance. So if the price does try to curl back upwards, 268.60 will be that initial key battleground. If the price pushes up through there, then you'll want to watch that 50 period moving average very closely as a next key battleground, which you can see here. It does have quite the track record of rejecting the price. And then in terms of areas of support, no need to overcomplicate it. Just where did the bleeding stop today? And the bleeding stop today down at these lows. You can see several times the price did try to press down through that 259.60 mark, or 259.80. But they have credit about 4 times. But the price did hold strong. But if that level does not hold, once more, no guarantee. Well, not once more. I'll probably say that many more times. But no guarantees. But more than valid to think. Especially, you got to think there's probably some stop losses hiding down here from longs. But a break of that level, I could very realistically see creating another surge to the downside. But yeah, looking like Friday's taking shape to potentially be pretty bearish. Next one here, SMCI. Now, SMCI, it's doing its best to fight and not be labeled a dead cat bounce. And as of now, to be fair, that's the line that I mapped out in previous videos saying that's a level that's really got to hold. And like I said, the bears tried here to press down through there, but failed. They tried right here, and they spent a little bit of time down below that level. But to give credit's due, the price has peeked its head back above that area. So far, so good. The price does have the opportunity, if it can maintain this area, to still build a higher base, because if it can maintain this, well, that's still higher than that, and you would still have progress being made in the upward direction. So yes, this one is right on the edge, right on the precipice. There we go, the precipice. I think that's the right word. If it's not, let me know in the comment section. But right on the precipice of potentially becoming a dead cat bounce, but it is above that area. Now, if there is going to be any sort of bigger turnaround, then like a lot of these other ones, keep an eye on that purple line there, 50 period moving average, which you can see was a problem both on Wednesday and then once again earlier on in the day here before it rejected back down. So that is certainly going to be public enemy number one. But as of right now, I can't quite call it a dead cat bounce, but it's right on the edge of potentially going right back to where it all started. Next one here, SOXL, and we have ourselves one of my favorite patterns. So we have that as an area of support. And then we have that as an area of resistance. So we have essentially a falling wedge that is occurring here, which is a bullish pattern. But as I've said, just because something's bullish doesn't mean it's going to go upwards. But it is suggesting that, yeah, there's still downwards pressure, evident by the downtrending trend line. But the selling pressure seems to be alleviating, evident by, notice how this level, it doesn't, it's not really too steep. So sure, the price has put in some lower lows, but they haven't been very volatile lower lows, which is why this trend line can be drawn in this manner here. Now, this could all disappear in a hurry. If the price comes down here and just blasts down through the bottom part of the pattern, well, then the falling wedge pattern is a no longer valid argument to make. But as of now, with the price still bouncing around on this part of the trend line here, in my opinion, it's still a valid argument, and we'll see if the price can try to get some sort of bounce back upwards. And if it can, then yeah, all eyes on this trend line here, along with, I would think it would be wise to keep an eye on that purple line there, 50 period moving average. But yeah, it's trying to maintain the falling wedge. We'll see if the price can get a bounce. Next one here, TSLL, and again, like the one we just talked about, we have ourselves a bit of a falling wedge here, and I'm going to go through this quicker just because you literally just heard me talk about the falling wedge. So there is a bottom part of it. And there is the top part of it. So again, just a question of, can the price get some sort of bounce off of these lows? It was technically a lower low here, but if the it wasn't a massive one, so we'll see if the price can get a bounce back up to this area. And like the other one, notice how that trend line there and then the 50 period moving average are basically mirror imaging one another. So it's kind of going to be a double whammy of resistance. That doesn't mean the price can't push up through there, but I'm just suggesting that, yeah, it'll probably take quite a bit of strength in order to get some sort of breakout. But maybe I'm also getting a little bit far ahead of myself, because let's just see if the price will even respect that lower trend line right there. But again, here on TSLL, another falling wedge pattern. So that wraps up the top 10. Again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool, then definitely go get signed up for the free live class. Like I said, it'll be very soon, this evening, Thursday, March 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see you there. But if you can't make it live for any reason, as I discussed earlier, go ahead and send me an email, clay@claytrader.com, and I'd be happy to send you a link to the replay. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, as always, please hit that like button. And if you're looking for a super free and easy way to support the channel, hit that subscribe button. It really does help out. So thanks for watching. Take care, and hopefully I'll see you here in just a few hours.